would be him. What is this like? There's a famous Admol, famous rabbi, Hasidic rabbi. Started in Hungary, later on moved to Canada. His name was the Admol Mitash. Mitash. And Admol Mitash was very well known around the world as a big Baal Chesed. So much so that every time his Hasidim would give him money, he would immediately give it away to the poor people. Anybody that would need the money would give it to them right away, without thinking twice. There's 5, 6 chairs over here. So the Admol Mitash, one day, he had a line every day of people coming to him for blessings, people coming to him for help, advice, guidance. The Admol Mitash one day sees there's a line, and on the line, one of the guys that's on the line, he doesn't look so good. He looks poor. But he knows he just gave away his last dollar. All the Hasidim gave him money, and he gave away all the money. He didn't even leave the money enough for himself. But this one guy on the line, he looks homeless. He looks homeless, you could tell. Unfortunately, you could tell. And he knows this guy's probably coming for money, but I don't have any money. This guy's going to come to me, and he probably thinks I'm his last hope. Probably doesn't have enough emunah in Hashem. He's going to come to me, and I'm not going to have any money. The guy may break. So Admol Mitash starts praying, and then he sees, oh, right behind him, right behind the homeless guy, is actually one of the Hasidim of the Admol that's actually very rich. So as the line continues to advance, advances, it gets to the homeless guy. He says, oh, 1 second. And he tells the rich guy, you come first. You come first. So the rich guy comes in. They go into the room. He sits down with them. He tells them, listen, whatever his problem was, the guy makes a very big donation, puts it in an envelope, and gives it to the Rav. The poor guy comes inside, and Admol says, yes, how can I help you, my son? He says, well, Rebbe, before I even, I'm coming here to help. I'm coming here to help you, for you to help me financially. I don't have this, I don't have that. But you know what? Before I even talk to you about all the things I need help, I'm really disappointed, Rebbe. I thought you guys are tzaddikim. I thought you guys are like righteous with Hashem. And you don't make any distinctions between somebody that's poor, somebody that's rich. I thought that you guys just look at, he's a Yid, that's it. He's a Jew, he's a Jew, he's a Jew. That's it. But what happened? I'm on the line all day. I'm waiting. Right before my turn comes, what do? You pick the guy behind me. Why? Because he's rich? Why? Is his blood better, better than mine? What? Is his Judaism better than mine? What? Is he more Jew than me? What is this? Well, he starts tearing the rabbi apart. And the rabbi is quiet. Now the shamash, the helper of the rabbi, is watching the whole thing, and he wants to say something. He wants to give this guy a nice slap to wake him up, to realize the rabbi did all this for him, but he doesn't say anything. Why? The rabbi didn't say okay. So this guy, this poor guy, is ripping the rabbi apart. And the rabbi doesn't say a thing. After he finishes, he says, Rabbi, so anyway, I need some help. You help me or not? He doesn't even ask nicely. The rabbi got an envelope. He didn't even look at the envelope. The rich guy gave him an envelope. He didn't even look at the envelope. Takes the envelope, he gives it to him. Sada shalom, b'cha v'atzlacha. The guy leaves. He got an envelope. He doesn't even know what's inside yet. He opens the envelope. He sees a huge check. Now, he doesn't have a bank account. But he's happy to get the check. He's embarrassed a little bit of what he did to the rabbi, but still, what are you going to do? It's too late already. Go on the line again. No, let me just get a ride. So he waits. He looks for somebody to give me a ride. Somebody give me a ride. Some guy pulls over. He goes, what do you need? He goes, I need a ride. He goes, okay, come in. I'll give you a ride. So he sees fancy car. There's in the ride. He goes into the car. And the guy asks him, where are you from? He starts talking. He's like, listen, you know anything about checks? The poor guy asked the rich guy. He goes, yeah, of course I know about checks. He goes, can you do me a favor? I don't have a bank account. I don't know what to do with this check. can you give me money for this? Can you give me cash for this? So the guy said, yeah, sure, give me the check. So he takes the envelope, and what does he see? It's his check. He's the rich guy that gave the check to the rabbi. He goes, yeah, no problem, I'll give you the check. After he gives him the money, he drops him off, he goes back to the rabbi, to the Admor Mitash, and he says, Rabbi, I don't understand. I don't understand. How come you didn't open the envelope? You just gave him the money. How come? He says, what do I care what's in it? It was not for me, it was for him. He goes, at least see what's in the envelope. He goes, what do I don't need to see it. He needs to see it. So then the Shema says to the rabbi, he goes, Rabbi, I don't understand. Why didn't you tell the guy that the whole thing that you got the guy to skip him was for his own benefit? He says, what difference is it going to make if I tell him? He's not going to see it until later on anyway. He's not going to see it until later on anyway. He's not going to understand until later on anyway. Why? Because when you experience a difficulty, you automatically think that Hashem is torturing you. You automatically think that Hashem is punishing you. Little do you know, Hashem is preparing something much better for you. Something much better than you think for yourself. He says, this is how life is, Dadmo says. Life is that way. We're constantly complaining against Hashem, and Hashem stays quiet. Hashem stays quiet even though sometimes we say things that are not so nice. Hashem stays quiet even though sometimes we don't do the mitzvot. Hashem stays quiet even though sometimes we become heretics. And He still continues to prepare something better for us. Why? Because He wants us to see that in the end it was all Him. If we see it's Him, in the end it ends up paying off. If we don't, unfortunately, He uses that case against us. When we go up to Shemaim and He tells us, listen, look at all the wonderful things I did for you. I sent somebody to give you the truth all the way from a different country and brought it to your house. The money you needed, I sent it to you from some place that you never thought was going to come. The wife you wanted or the husband you wanted, I literally invented them just for you. I created them just for you. Everything you ever wanted your whole life, from beginning to end, I gave you. And you still went against me your whole life. So now when you're going to say, wait a minute, but it's not fair, because if you're comparing me to the times of Moshe Rabbeinu, they had a lot of open miracles. And then Hashem is going to show us our life. And we're going to see that we had even more miracles. Even more miracles than they saw in Mitzrayim. Even more miracles than they saw in Mount Sinai. In our own personal life. But unfortunately, we weren't paying attention. Instead, we were paying attention to everything else. Instead, we were wasting our time. Instead, we were simply doing everything but looking at the right place. Now, the Bet Levi continues and he says, if Hashem gave us an open miracle, literally split the ocean for us today, that would mean that He would have to punish us right away if we do something wrong. Why? Because then that little bit of doubt that we have right now, because we don't see open miracles, we see miracles but not open ones, that gives us still a little bit of free choice that we won't have anymore. And if we don't have free choice, then Hashem obviously does not have any free rights for us either.